What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you the very first episode in a new series that I like to call Amateur Hour. Now, the reason it's called Amateur Hour, as you can see, it's going to be the free battle spot here because there is no official battle spot for VGC at the moment. So we're going to take two free double battles and just see if we can find any teams that are just like diamonds in the rough. See if we can find any crazy tech that just only appears on free battle spot. And you know, this very first episode is a perfect battle describing that. We're going to be seeing a regular Groudon here that has Dig, and we're going to be seeing a Latios that has Dive. So moves that you don't really think of using in doubles. I know I'm using a Giratina here who has Shadow Force, but it's commonly known that Shadow Force is a much better move than Dig or Dive. It has a much higher base damage output, and it can break, protects, and other things. So Shadow Force is a very good move. Phantom Force is also pretty good, but Dig and Dive in doubles, I can't see a way that those are good just yet, but who knows, Ricardo could be on the cutting edge of next year's meta. We're just going to start this one off, get right into it. Remember, this is free battles, so I was actually just completely surprised to see a guy that had just a VGC 2016 team. He only had he only had Groudon and Rayquaza as his two Ubers, so since he's leading with his two Ubers, I'm in lead with my two Ubers. We got Giratina Yveltal versus regular Groudon. That is a regular Groudon, and it's going to be a Mega Rayquaza. And to be completely honest, I'm just playing this game just super casually on my couch, and I actually don't even notice that this is a regular Groudon. For the first couple turns of the game, you're going to see it's going to go into like a weird attack animation. I'm like, oh, that's what that attack animation looks like? I completely just assumed it was Primal Groudon, but it's, you know, that's what I get. You know, I've actually lost games before just because, like, oh shoot, that's not a Primal Kyogre, that's a Scarf Kyogre. So, you know, that stuff kind of happens right here, so I decided to start off the game with a Tailwind for my Yveltal as he goes for a Dragon's Ascent with his Mega Ray. Now, this is going to do just a ton of damage, but remember, this is Amateur Hour, so I don't even know if these guys' Pokemon are fully EV trained. I mean, I'm assuming they're fully EV trained, but I don't know what they're EV trained in, because my slow wall Yveltal was faster than his Ray, so he might be full HP attack. It's really hard to tell. And right there, I see the Lava Plume. Now, Lava Plume is a move that hits every one of your teammates. It's kind of like a fire discharge. Has a 30% chance to burn, which unfortunately he burns my Yveltal, but my Yveltal is holding a Lumberry so it can combat Smeargles, and I'm going to break out of that. And then I miss a Will-O-Wisp on his Rayquaza, so I had two chances to burn that Rayquaza, and both failed, and I think that is a Life Orb on that Ray, so that's why that Dragon's Ascent did so much damage. But since he lowered his defenses with the Dragon's Ascent, we're going to pop a huge Oblivion Wing. Remember, this is a move that restores a ton of HP. I think it's like I think it's at least 50% of the HP. Recover is restored, and then we get to go for a Will-O-Wisp with my Giratina. Oh yeah, I'm in a Tailwind. I'm like, why am I faster this turn? Yeah, I'm in a Tailwind here. So Tailwind, Will-O-Wisp is going to make so that Rayquaza has to use special attacks, which he does go for, and uses Dragon Pulse, another move who I've never seen the animation for from Mega Rayquaza. And then the Precipice Blades from this regular Groudon. Have you ever seen a regular Groudon's animation for Precipice Blades? I mean, I don't think I have, and that's just ridiculous. I think the regular animation is much cooler than the Primal animation. And remember, this is regular form Giratina, so he does not have the Levitate as the Origin form does. This is just a regular one with pressure, and I actually just think this one's better just because you get multiple uses of leftovers. So I assume that Rayquaza is just going to tick down from burn, so I decided to go for an Oblivion Wing on the Groudon. Since it's not Primal Groudon, he's not super bulky, so Oblivion Wing's just chunking for quite a lot. As we go for a double team with my Giratina, this is a really cool just wall Giratina set with Shadow Force, Protect, Will-O-Wisp, and Double Team. I really like this set a lot. So we're going to see the burned Mega Rayquaza go for one last Dragon Ascent up onto my Yveltal. It's not going to pick up the KO. Remember, he's taken Life Orb and Will-O-Wisp damage, so he is going to tick out. And, you know, that's completely fine with me. But we also see the Groudon pop a Dig. And I completely got played for a fool. But I know how to beat moves like Dig, Fly, and Dive. Now, the way to beat them is the turn that they go for them, if you go for one of those moves of your own, you're going to beat it every single time. So, like I said, the Rayquaza does tick out, and earlier, remember, I was talking about how Shadow Force is like the king of all of those, you know, two-turn kind of hit on the second turn moves. So he sends out a Blaziken. Blaziken is fodder for my Tailwinded up Yveltal. Gets a one-shot up there with a super effective Oblivion Wing. Restores a ton of HP, going all the way from 48 restoring over 100 all the way up to 167. And it's going to let my Giratina, who is his only real target for Dig, go for a Shadow Force. And it's kind of like I'm popping a Dig of my own. We're kind of having like Dig wars in doubles. I just can't believe that like this is actually happening in a game. And my Tailwind's finally going to peter out as he sent in his Latios here. So since this guy is one of those amateurs, I guess, that's what we're going to call it. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, I just think some of these things are hilarious. I assumed that I was faster since I was faster than Mega Ray, but he goes for a dive with his Latios, dodges my Dark Pulse, and this game is just all kinds of crazy. We've seen regular Groudon, we've seen Dig, we've seen Shadow Force, we've seen Dive, we've seen Dragon Breath Rayquaza, and, you know, it's games like this that are actually just some of the most fun to play, because you just keep thinking, you know, what could actually happen next? I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. Because, I mean, there's even like a lava plume. So it just definitely widens your variety, like widens your scope on the metagame when you see that all these Pokemon can actually just get all these different moves that you don't even really think about. You know, you think of Latios, you know, you think of like, alright, it has Draco, you know, it might have Ice Beam, and I guess it has access to Thunderbolt. Oh, it's a Psychic type, it can use Psychic. You do not think of Dive. Dive isn't a move you think of. Dragon Breath is not a move you think of. So playing these games is just a treat to play. And, you know, like I said, these games aren't going to be the most competitive, but they're definitely a lot of fun. So that was the very first game of the series that I'm going to call Amateur Hour, and I just want to reinstate that I'm not trying to make fun of these people. If I was trying to make fun of these people, I would say, oh, that sucks, he should use this move. I'm more along the lines of trying to say, wow, that's some really cool tech. Let's see if we can use that, you know, in later games. You know, we're trying to watch these videos in an attempt to pick up on some, like, diamond in the rough tech that we can eventually use for, like, later formats or stuff like that. So, sorry for my voice being a little hoarse. I am a bit sick, but, you know, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys like this type of thing? I am going to try to make these games as close as possible. You know, I'm not just going to bring, like, you know, Xerneas Groudon and just stomp everybody. I brought my two Ubers because my opponent had a VGC 2016 team. Most of the time, I'm going to bring things like Dragonite or like Kingdra and just try to, you know, style on people. That's what we're pretty much going to try and go for. So, like I said earlier, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.